there for 7 years, so you can imagine lots of wonderful memories. If I was going to pick any, I would say I had probably two real strong memories. One was the return match in Istanbul against Galatasaray in the Europa League. We played a really tough game. We had to defend a lot, suffer a lot in a really hostile environment. The supporters there in Istanbul are amazing, and we managed to go through to beat Galatasaray over 2 games. And you can imagine the response for the home team was really, really aggressive. Their supporters were very volatile in there, and they were quite quick at letting the team Galatasaray know that they were disappointed. But eventually, then they started to clap. They started to clap us, and we ended up having a bit of a lap around the pitch there with the supporters clapping us, which I don't think is they were telling us that has not happened before. So that was a really goosebump moment. And then, of course, the celebrations in the changing room afterwards were special. And then the second real highlight from a football perspective was the home match against PAOK. We were 3-1 down from the first leg. We had to win 2-0, and that was to actually get into the Europa League. So it was the final qualification match, and yeah, it was just a special night. We ended up winning 2-0. The atmosphere and in the ground and the feeling of what we'd achieved was amazing. So yeah, luckily enough, my eldest was on the pitch afterwards and did a lap of honour. It was just a nice moment, and felt really proud that you can be part of that experience, help the club, certainly in the short and medium term. And yeah, just that, probably those two are the main football memories. And then off the pitches, lots of friends and all that special memories that I have. I would say that the tactical differences from Sweden to the UK. Well, we went from Allsvenskan to the Championship. So the Championship itself is such a tough league. The amount of games you play, you go from playing 30 in Allsvenskan to, I think, 46 in the Championship. So just the intensity of the competition is the real big difference. Tactically, the ball goes in the box, I think, a lot more in England. It's probably a bit more direct, a bit more physical. And in Sweden, because of also the nature of the 4G pitches, sometimes the game is a bit more tactical and technical. But I would say more so the physical element in the UK and the amount of games and the fact that the crowd is so much in the game means that's the big difference. I think it'd be fair to say that we didn't really know how long we'd be out there. I think we initially signed a 3-year contract. So we were working, especially as football is, you think, well, if we get to 3 years, bearing in mind the club had sort of changed manager every year for the previous 3 or 4 seasons. So we were thinking if we can get to the end of our contract, at least we'd have had an experience, at least something to put on the CV, and then you never know. Yeah, and at the same time, we had high hopes that we could achieve something and we could do something special, because that was the whole point of going over there. It wasn't just to have a job. So it was a tricky situation to go over there and experience the negativity at first, but in the end, yeah, like I said, a wonderful experience. And then I suppose as you're there longer and longer, and you end up that Sweden becomes your home and Östersund becomes your home, then it was just plan to try to do your best and develop the club. And so there wasn't any then return date. I think then it changed a bit then once you're over and you can see the possibility of the club and fall in love with the place and the town. Then it was there was no plan. There was certainly no plan to get into the Europa League or to do what we did. It just happened, and I think that was a nice thing. I suppose the key thing to think about is that you always have to adapt to the players and to the environment and the context that you're working in. And when I first went over to Sweden, the team was in the 4th tier, had just been relegated. So the real focus was about getting players to enjoy playing football, to not be worried so much about results, to try to feel part of something that we were trying to create. So it was a lot about enjoyment in those early stages. So a lot of the sessions were about that, focused on that, about not necessarily about necessarily a tactical focus, but that certainly grew as we went forward into our time in Sweden and started to understand, okay, what are our advantages. So then when you move into Swansea, the games program, as I said earlier, is so massive that the training time is less. You go from 30 matches to 46 matches. So again, you have to adapt to that. Back into the Premier League, where there's less games again, it's a bit more like it was in Sweden. So from a periodization perspective, you have to make sure that you alter and adapt to the games. But in terms of style, I think we've just moved from, like I said, towards a more now sessions are designed towards either learning from what we've done, improving what we've done, and preparing the next game. I think slowly that's been the change over the years. We refer to the game in Istanbul. We were 2-0 up from the first game. So, we had an advantage, but going there with the crowd, with the hostility that is Galatasaray, we knew that we had to score. So we've beforehand had an idea about how we wanted to play. We wanted to try to play. We wanted to try to do what we did in the home game. We wanted to try to have the ball and create and play our game. At the same time, we needed to understand also that we were going to have to suffer in the game as well. So we had to have a defensive organisation that if we weren't able to play the game we wanted to play, then there was still a foundation there to work from. And it quickly transpired in the game that it was going to be a really tough game. They played really well. They pushed us back, and we had to defend. We had to defend low. We had to defend our box. And thankfully, we managed to do that. We scored a goal penalty from our captain and got through. And after the game, I spoke to him, and he was a typical possession player. He would say, very much focused with the ball, very much that's how he wanted to play football. Big fan of the Barcelona style, and he identified himself a lot with the ball and possession. And I spoke to him after that game and asked him about how he felt about the game, and he said it was his best game he's ever played. And I was like, well, we had 28% of the ball, I think, or maybe less than that, and that's not your type of game. And he was like, no, but I understood that we needed to suffer, we had to defend, and we had to go through, and that's why it was like the most satisfying thing for him. So that was nice that he'd gone through that change, I suppose, and understanding that football is, again, about balance. It's about attacking, defending, transitioning. It's about doing all the things, regardless of whether you've got one aspect that you favour or one aspect that you're going to try to do more of. Still, you have to respect the game enough to know that you need to be good in all those areas. And that's the thing I think that me and him learned together collectively over the time, that it was important to have that balance. You have to go onto the pitch believing that you can win. There's a possibility that you can win. I always say that, and we should always have a plan that helps us achieve that. But at the same time, that it's football, and the plan is just a bit of information gathered from the past. It doesn't guarantee how it's going to be in the future. You can't predict the match exactly. So you have to be humble enough to know that you might not be able to have as much ball as you'd like. You might not be able to create as many chances as you'd like, but you still need to be able to stay in the game, be hard to beat, be resilient, all those words that we can use. Because like I said, the word again, balance, you need that balance to be able to achieve anything in football. At the university, University of Hull, I was friends with Graham Jones. He was working with Roberto Martinez. So I was lucky enough to watch those guys work. And while they're at Swansea, I saw the start of the project that they had there in terms of the identity that they're trying to create and how they wanted to play football in the lower leagues, going about it a slightly different way. So I think that was a fascinating thing to see from a distance at a time where I was, I suppose, learning and wanted to gain as many influences as I could. So I think in the early days, Roberto and Graham were two that I got inspiration from, and then and I think the other one that springs to mind, certainly that phase of my life, was Pep Guardiola at Barcelona. Just seeing the effect that he had on that team and on football, and obviously I followed his career since. For us, isn't necessarily have most possession. It's about trying to win the game. That's what we're trying to do, and then in order to do that, you probably have to have an idea about what you're doing when you're attacking, and then also what you're doing when you're defending, because in football you can't guarantee that you're going to be always attacking. You might want to do that, but it's impossible. So you have to have an understanding also of how you're defending and respect the opposition, respect football. That sometimes the games, you have to defend. Maybe you can't do what you want to do. You have to have a defensive structure and understand that that's as important. In fact, some would argue more important than the other stuff. But in football, if you haven't got that balance, then it's hard to achieve anything. So then the idea, regardless of who you play, doesn't necessarily change in terms of you need to be prepared in all the areas of the game. And then football is what it is. It's a wonderful sport. You can't predict it so much. And you have to be able to adapt and take decisions when the game's going. The challenge for us as coaches is that we have to convince the players that their ideas are good for them, can help them improve, and ultimately can help their performance and get the results we want to get. So that's the challenge. That's what we're all faced with, regardless of what the level is. And then I always think that for somebody to listen to you, they have to have a connection with you on a human level, on a personal level. They have to believe that you're there to help them, believe that your intentions are good, your motivations are sincere, and you're there to support them, and you want to do the right thing by them and the team. So that's always the foundation, I think, that can help. And then of course you need the specific information, the sport specific information that again they go, okay, this is helping me. I can get this. I can understand this. This is a reference that I can use to go out to the pitch and to make my decisions. So I think those are the things to consider. And then I always think that you've got to adapt to the players, because they're the ones playing the game. It's not they're not there to necessarily serve my interests or my ideas. We've got to come with a collective idea, collective reference that they all buy into, or we can all understand, and collectively we go forward. And within that, you have to look at the strengths and the attributes of the players that you have, because that's a good way for them to come with you. I would say the last couple of years since returning to the UK, it's been quite full on in terms of adapting to new clubs and new leagues and new home situations. That is probably an area that I've neglected my own development to a certain extent. At the same time, I would caveat that with the fact that I've been in these new situations and these new competitions and meeting new players, that's been a real learning and development experience for me. I think I've grown a lot and I've learned a lot over the last couple of years. But I think it's also important to step outside of your own bubble, if you like, and just to take that time. And when I have done that, I've tried to exercise, even though not as much as I would like. I've tried to read although not as much as I would like, and I've done a bit of meditation as well. Again, maybe not as much as I would like, but they're probably the three things that I try to do for my own development, for my own sanity, if you like, just to escape from the pressures of the job, and also just to provide that bit of time to think and reflect and to put things in perspective. You can often be in an unstable position because you're thinking about attacking, you're thinking about scoring. So in terms of how we think about that, it's firstly to try to have a good structure when you're building your attacks. There's a good structure in your possession, so that if the mistake does happen or the turnover happens, you're in a good position as a team to deal with that. So that's about positional play, I suppose. And then the next bit is the attitude and the thinking when the turnover happens. Are you thinking about the mistake? Are you thinking about what you maybe should have done? Or are you thinking about the fact that the game's turned over, it's now in a new situation and there's another action needs to happen, and you're thinking about that. So there's an important aspect to consider there. And then the rest is about, okay, how quickly do you get back into your defensive structure based on the principles that you have as a team? I suppose the most difficult part of the game is to attack, and as you get better, teams maybe defend with more numbers, and they defend with you have to attack less space, and you're having to defend big spaces. So that's a really challenging part of the game, and I think that's why that thinking, that understanding that is the challenge, and you have to respond in a good way when that mistake happens is vital to get the initial reaction. Well, firstly, I'll come in, consult with my assistant coaches, ask them what they've seen, ask them for their thoughts and their observations. Take a moment to reflect on those, and then to maybe discuss, okay, what's the plan, what's the initial messages at half time to start to put that plan in place, if there needs to be something changed, or whether we just continue with what we're doing. And then once we've got that formulated amongst ourselves, I'll generally address the group, keep it quite brief, try to make 2 or 3 points. At the same time, my assistants and analysts will have maybe picked out some clips or footage from the game that reinforces those points. Make the points, whether it's a tactical point or sometimes an emotional point, depending on what's required. And then, like I said, the guys will go around, check the understanding, check the at an individual level, everybody's okay. Any queries, they can do that then. And I think at half time, and it's a time where you can use emotion, because you can. There's still another half to play. There's still something you can do. You might have to change the dynamic, the attitude, the thinking. So it's a really important tool. I suppose just by asking the question, there's a chance that you can be used the wrong way, and you can be too emotional and not thinking clearly, and the message gets diluted in an angry state or an emotional state. So it's about controlling that. I think that's where you need that time just to reflect, just to try and get some objectivity and some perspective in terms of what's happened, and then always have the tool, if you like, up your sleeve, that if you need to affect things and speak in an emotional way, because that's how the game is sometimes, then you can do that in a way. It's always should be to try to help the team and improve the team and help us win. It shouldn't be just to serve your own purpose, to get rid of some. We live in a world sometimes where you know, as the coach and the leader, you're meant to show this clarity and strength, and you got all the answers and you know everything type of stuff, and everything's so clear for you. But the reality of it is we're human beings as well, and there's certainly from my perspective self-doubt often. because you don't know how things are going to go, and that leaves you with a sense of vulnerability, I suppose. And I think that's natural and normal. But the key thing is, as long as your motivation is good, as long as your intentions are good, you're there to help the players, you want to do your best, you're trying to help the situation, then whatever happens, even if you fail, there are learning, there's things that you can use, that you can develop from. And I think that's always how I've tried to think about things whenever I have those moments. It's about what's my perspective of this situation, remind myself of that, remind myself of my intention, remind myself of my motivations, and that I'm doing my best, and then make sure I take that next step forward and try to learn from whatever experience happens, whatever situation happens, try to become a better coach, a better person. And then the self-doubt, okay, it might still be there, but you can use it. It's a way also that it keeps you in check. It keeps you not thinking that you've got all the answers, not thinking that you know everything. This game is a brilliant game for that, in terms of just when you think you've got things sussed out, it can come and kick you in the backside. So no, I think it's something that I have often, and I think it's quite a common, normal human trait as well. Therefore,
hello, good morning. Can you hear me? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, good whatever time it is in your location. How everybody is doing? Good? Hello, Mr. Harry Potter Lee Gunner's grandson. That is from my brother OG. And yeah, how everybody is doing? They're still trying to wake up, just like me. Oh, you already having lunch or something like that? Thank you for stopping by. Almost 100 people were waiting already. Thank you for waiting. We are way on time, more than 25 minutes in advance. So let's do this. Let's do this. If you can give me some likes, okay? Some likes. It's not gonna help anybody. You click that like button and let's get to 100 likes. We're struggling here even to get 10 likes, but it's over almost 100 people watching. Let's get to 100 likes, people. The more you like, the more people will join us. That's the only contribution that I'm looking from you right now. Thank you for stopping by. The telephone is always there for people to call and have their say. And yeah, no football this weekend. What? I think other leagues are gonna play. La Liga, Bundesliga, the French League, Serie A, you know. So we're gonna have a football, but not in England. Next week we have the Champions League. So yeah, and I'm not gonna let you down. You're gonna always have some entertainment in this channel, as always. So don't worry about it. Peace to the Queen. She's resting at the moment. So people are paying respect to her because it's her country. So the league wanted to show respect, you know. You have to accept traditions of the country. That's the way it is. So yeah, people, if we can get to 100 likes, I would much appreciate that. We can do it at no time at all if people are good, if there are nice people there. More than 120 people watching right now, much appreciated. Thank you so much for stopping by. Remember, the show is for the people, by the people. The more you like, the more people will join us. And you bring your own topic, you bring your own whatever you call us. We don't care about your team. We don't care about the team you support. You come here, tell us what do you think about football or something else. All right? So, let's go. Let's do this, man. Mr. OG. Lee Gunnar's grandson. Lee Gunnar's grandson. Alright, my people. So, the Premier League is cancelled, as you can tell, this weekend. So, further statement will be, or further update regarding the Premier League fixtures during the period of mourning will be provided in due course. So we have to expect more official update from the Premier League, and even the game on Monday will be cancelled. So I don't know if it's gonna continue for 2 weeks or 1 week. I think people are gonna get tired and get mad if it's like more than 2 weeks, no Premier League. And after that, it's gonna be like the international break, stuff like that. So for me, I'm cool, because that means Graham Potter is gonna have more time with the team to cook and prepare for the game against the, I don't know what team next week in the Champions League. And then it's gonna be Liverpool after that. So yeah, I'm cool with that, to be honest with you, because many people even complained about Thomas Tuchel getting sacked. Like they had to wait until the international break or whatever. What difference that was going to make? Because they say, oh, the new manager needs to settle. He needs a few days to study his players and see what he can do and all that. So having another game cancelled is just beneficial for him. And then until Wednesday, he still have time to kind of come up with a master plan. That we're gonna destroy Liverpool. Okay, thank you so much. Mr. Herbert is in the house. He said, press the like button, folks. Show support to your brother. Thank you so much. Have always wanted this. You wanted what? Have always wanted this. What do you want? What do you mean by that? Wanted what? Big up Harry Potter, Lee Gunnar's grandson. The magician Hakim Ziyech will be coached by Harry Potter himself. Yeah, and you will see really the magic coming out of that Hakim Ziyech guy. He's gonna prove people wrong, because people say that he's not physical, he can't play in the Premier League, he's garbage, blah blah blah. Bro, just let's see what's gonna happen under Harry Potter. I just hope that he's not stubborn and he's not gonna like ignore certain people. Like if he's given equal chance, you know, give him a run of games and you will see magic happening, you know. So that's the way it is. Harry Potter is gonna do wonder at Chelsea Football Club. Manchester United actually wanted him, but they decided to go away because he doesn't have the Champions League experience. I'm like, you are not even in the Champions League. What are you talking about? The guy been in the Europa League with a team that nobody heard of before Graham Potter took over there, in like a lower division, and took them to the first division and won some trophies and took them to the Europa League and beat big teams including Arsenal. Out of nowhere, And you say that he doesn't have experience in the Champions League. When was the last time you won the Champions League? That was like 10, 12 years ago. Now you can't. You barely qualified for Europa League, and you say this guy doesn't have experience in the Champions League. Probably you need somebody who doesn't have experience in Europe because you are not there. But I'm happy we have him. Development. I can't wait to see some improvement from certain players like Mason Mount and Kai Havertz, you know. So people, feel free to comment and come here, join us, give your opinion, and we're gonna keep this conversation going. I'm here and I get energy from you people. If you give me energy to talk, I'm gonna continue talking. If nobody says nothing, and then what the point of me being here? So the link is there for everybody to call. The comment section is there for everybody to comment, ask questions, participate to the show. I don't want to be somebody who is talking. I want you to be able to let your voice heard. That is the goal for this show. Not about me. This show is about you. The channel is for the people, you know. So, Herbert.
Yeah. I mean, look, about this postponing of games. I mean, look, I put a comment in the Premier League's YouTube page. They put out the same thing, which you have on the screen, basically the announcement in the community page. Mm-hmm. And I commented basically, cancelling games isn't a mark of respect. It's just an unnecessary inconvenience. And apparently that got I think it's the top most comments as of now. So I think it has received around 252 likes, and I'm just seeing, people are agreeing with me because, and I saw this tweet from someone. He's a journalist, and he has, I don't know if he's a journalist, but he said basically so this weekend in the United States, shopping centers, theaters, cinemas, cafes, pubs, and gyms, and all these places, they are open. Even horse racing is open as well, but football is cancelled. So, I mean, it makes no sense to me. I mean, I get it, you want to pay respect to the Queen, and you want to maintain tradition. Apparently, when she took oath in 1952, there wasn't, and the previous Queen died. I think it was Diana or someone like that, I think. There wasn't any mourning or, cancellation of events. It's just people mourn and get on with it. But now, look, I can understand traditions and protocols. But I think it will be just 1 week for one week, as in one match week. I think that's the only time it will be cancelled. I think after that, anyway, it's international break, isn't it? The next week. Yeah, so I mean, look, it is frustrating. I mean, especially after watching United yesterday lose to a very bad decision, penalty, which should have never been a penalty, but we lost. But again, we didn't create anything in that game. So we didn't deserve to win, but probably deserve to draw. So we would have, we would have liked another game to come quick.
I wasn't happy about that penalty. It wasn't a penalty all day long. It hit his knee and then went to the arm. Rules are clear on that one. But in another sense, I see United shouldn't be complaining about penalties. They're supposed to punishing teams, winning, You got a penalty, a dodgy penalty, but we beat you anyways, So depending on how you see it, but I think
look, I'm not complaining, but I'm more about complaining that we drew the game. We would have drawn the game if they wouldn't have given a penalty. I don't think we would have scored because we didn't create many chances, and that's what I'm frustrated about. Is it a surprise that Maguire comes in and we lose again?
That is a conspiracy, though. Maguire
and
Ronaldo are becoming like a black sheep.
Yeah, they can't play the system, and they cannot play this Ten Hag system, in my opinion. You need to have some bit of technical skills. You have to play a high line. and he does not suit that. And Martinez came on. Unfortunately, it was him who got the penalty given away, which wasn't. But he was a man of the match. I mean, he played 45 minutes, and him and Eriksen. First half, Eriksen was the man of the match, and second half, Martinez. Just shows, what kind of a player he likes. And we can't even sell Maguire. He's going to be 30. I mean, no one is going to pay even 50 million for him. So we are stuck with him. So yeah, I mean, look, this break, I don't know, it could be useful, I mean, speaking of Chelsea, this break could be very useful for Chelsea because the Potter, he can know his players and, try to implement his system, get to know what I mean, one thing which has surprised me, look, you spent 270 million or whatever on this guy, Tuchel, and you sacked him. Now you have bought in Potter and now you're appointing a DOF. I think there was a conspiracy against Tuchel anyways. Why did you appoint a DOF in the beginning of the season? And you're appointing after appointing Potter. And you are giving Potter the players of Tuchel mostly, right? I mean, look, if you give him Koulibaly, Cucurella and Fofana, he isn't going to say no because they are good players. But again, I think if you have looked at Potter's football, it takes time to implement that kind of football. It's not going to happen in just 10 days. So
you're right.
Would you be surprised? Would you be surprised if he's sacked in 2 years? Because I wouldn't be surprised at all.
Yeah, for me, I think he's gonna be more than that. I don't think he's gonna be 5 years, but I think he's gonna build something. At some point, we're gonna have to change and bring somebody who will win something with the hard work that he would have, he would do by there. But I just wish that he can even be there for 5 years though, because he's not bad. He's not bad, but he's a project manager. If it was him, I don't think he was going to spend 75 million on Fofana or buy Koulibaly, because he can find just good players and then train them and make them to the next level. Look at even Webster, he always find cheap, good players and make them to the next level.
He can play for Chelsea.
So I think if it was his choice, he was not going to spend that kind of money on expensive players, but he was going to make his own players. Now, his other side is that he adapts himself to players. He knows you are a good player. I'm going to find a way to get something out of you. So that is one of the reasons why he was hired, because he can work with what we got already, which is difficult for Thomas Tuchel with youth. He earned the right not to care about youth or waste time on developing people. No. I'm here. I'm a Champions League winner. I deserve my own players. The end product, the finished article. I don't have time to deal with attitude from young kid. No, bring me somebody who is ready. The problem with Thomas Tuchel is he just have to be his way or no way at all. My players are nobody. Everybody else is crap. He doesn't take time to study somebody and use his strength. If you don't have what he's looking for a player, you are out. So that side of his is very, very difficult to understand. But I think Porter is gonna find a way of using the players that Thomas Tuchel brought into the team. So yeah, the way it is.
But I mean, look, Potter is a good manager, and his only credential right now is he's playing good football with Brighton. Can he replicate at Chelsea? We have to wait and see. And one more thing, I feel if and when this time comes when Potter is going to be sacked, I think it will be very much easy for him to be sacked, because he is not like a Champions winner like Tuchel. He hasn't managed a ex teams like PSG and Dortmund. He only managed Brighton. So when the time comes to sack him, I don't think Bowley will even think twice. So I mean, I agree. He needs to be given time
for a long term. Even here, he just hire young prospect, energetic, new coming, with new ideas, coaches. Yeah. And he gave here in both teams, he gave them 7-8 years. They're not moving. And at the beginning, they didn't start even good. Everybody wanted those coaches to be sacked, and he's like, no, we have a project we have to finish. and now they are very successful because they can see long term. Thomas Tuchel and other big names, managers, they are not there for long term. They're just to make their CVs. They deserve their players. They are there, they just want to win now. But Todd Boehly want to win now, but also build something for the future, like need to be winning over time. If you look at Chelsea in the last years, it was like we buy players, we win something, and then all of them become deadwood, and then we go back, we go to a crisis for a couple of years again, and then we hire another manager, we win some trophies. It's never been like, a long-term kind of success like City winning year after year after year. So people might not be happy at the beginning of this project with Potter, but as we go, people are going to appreciate it because I think it's going to be successful for many, many years to come. Like if those kids that Todd Boehly is buying, if we can integrate them to the first team slowly and surely, we don't have to spend a lot of money in the future. It's going to be if you need one big name, you go spend a lot of money on that player because you already have the foundation already in the team. So I'm all for the project, but in the Chelsea community, we are used like to quick fix, quick wins. That's it. So it's gonna be really, really difficult for.
I think in the Chelsea community, like I think a good set of fans want what you are talking about, a project. But what so far I've seen Boehly is that look, he's quite rich, man. Like he's spending 90 billion on a centre back on the last few days of the window, who is not going to be coming in this season. So clearly he's got lots of money. He spent 15 million on get rid of Tuchel, and he's bought 18 million of this guy's contract, and now he's giving 100 million for him for the next 5 years. So he's clearly got lots of money. So look, he needs to trust this guy, and the first thing he has to do is he has to employ some good footballing people like DOF, recruiters and all these people. Like you're saying, you should not be spending big money, but you should be buying players of your own. And for that, you need a good recruiting system, and which looks like Chelsea are going to do. You're buying all these Chukwuemekers and players and all those stuff. But I'm not surprised, man. With Boehly, like you will turn up like Vince McMahon and say you're fired someday.
Yeah, you can't just trust. They can afford that. It's not a problem.
Yeah.
So and we will see. We will see what is going to happen. But it's not my money. If you want to spend and burn his money, that is a problem. I'm just very confident. I want to give him equal chance, this Potter guy, and see where we go. I've been just watching his videos, his press conferences, his documentary. He's
very un-English, isn't he? Like he's not like a typical English guy. He's very I don't know. He reminds me like a Dutch kind of and a German. He has that kind of tone in him.
Kind of mentality. He went overseas against against the odds. Go there, learn his trend. Learn, he's learned from Pep Guardiola. If you look at his documentary, like the people who inspired him or who he study every day. He's one of those guys that will go and see those local coaches that develop young people and then go there a few days and learn what they do. So, the guy is just, he's underappreciated so far, but I think he's going to make his name known very, very soon. People are going to pay attention. Wow, what a coach, what a manager he is. And plus money. Everywhere he been, it was like struggling with, the budget.
Yeah.
Now that you are somewhere where you can develop, but you can also get money to get exactly what you want at any time. So this is a do or die for him because your career is on the line. But even if he gets sacked by Chelsea, I think many other smaller teams are gonna get him. And even overseas, he's gonna get jobs somewhere. Like the CV, just the CV that I work.
I can see him managing Dortmund.
Yeah.
Young players.
That is a very, very good point. Dortmund with those young players, their philosophy of young players, Potter is going to be perfect. I agree. I
Look,
agree.
as Chelsea fans, you have to give this guy, his time, and you have to, at the beginning, you have to agree with kind of his decisions because, look, when Ten Hag came in, he dropped Ronaldo for 4 games and we won all four. And when he comes back, we lose. So all the Ronaldo fanboys are crying that, it's not his fault. So if tomorrow, Potter buys Trossard and he benches Mount, Mount fans should not be complaining that why my player is on the bench. It's all about Chelsea Football Club. So you have to give that space for him, and
Yeah.
I think you will be playing good football. Uh, look, if Chelsea doesn't win many trophies, if you win a Carabao Cup in the next 3 years, but you're playing a good sustainable football, which is good in the long term. I think that would be acceptable by most because that would be a transition where you're not winning trophies, but you're playing some good football. And Chelsea, historically they are more known for winning trophies than playing some good football. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited by this appointment. I want to see how you guys play. I'm very curious what your midfield will be now when that Potter has come in. So, yeah.
Yeah, me too. I just can't wait to see at least people play from their natural positions because I was really sick and tired of all the time seeing people play out of positions and then blamed for everything that happened. Diego Costa just signed for whatever Wolves, and the king is back in the Premier League. Let's see what's gonna happen. Good luck when you play against Manchester United. Score 3 goals, but against Chelsea, you're gonna flop. Napoli director say Keylor Navas deal collapsed because there was no agreement between PSG and players' camp on salary. He is on 15 million gross wage per season. Yeah, we will not try again for Navas in general. We will not try. Okay, it's over. Yeah, some players from Chelsea or PSG, they are on big wages that it's almost impossible for other teams to take them even on loan. They have to pay more than 50% of salary. But even Kepa Arrizabalaga, Chelsea wanted to pay apparently 70% of salary, and Napoli said, no, we can't afford, and that is not Kepa. We're not going to pay that kind of money to Kepa. So, I'm reading something here. People from Romano, AC Milan have reached full agreement with Sandro Tonali to extend his contract until 2027. New deal will be officially signed. What new will be officially signed later today? Okay. All right. Let's see what is going to happen. Arsenal are more than happy with Marquinhos. Marquinhos' impact. They paid 3.5 fee invested this summer to sign him from Sao Paulo, and also anticipate Wolves. Oh, they had some issues between Wolves, who wanted him, and Arsenal. But Arsenal, Gabriel Martinelli, they got him like for almost the same price, 2.5 million or something like that. Now they got this guy here, Marquinhos, and both of them are doing good, So sometimes you don't need always big names. You can buy no names and make them big names. All right, let me see. So what is happening in the world of United right now after the defeat?
Yeah, look, what's happening is that a lot of us United fans are questioning the squad depth and the ability of players to play in the system because Ten Hag he is building a system, and we want players who can, technically can play the system. But our bench players, except for Van de Beek, who we haven't seen yet, the rest of them, Maguire, Lindelof, maybe Lindelof, okay, I'll give him a chance, but not Maguire. Elanga, he should not be at United. He should be at League 2 side, League 1 or League 2 side, learning his trade. But he's starting on the wings for United. So much so for Rashford as well. He's on this purple patch where he's scoring goals, but when you want to play with the ball, with possession like 60-70%, I'm not sure like Rashford works because it is more of a Sancho is more catered towards this Ten Hag system than Rashford. So, we are still working out what the players can. Right now, our defense is looking good, which is a positive. But, midfield, I can't believe, our best signing of the summer cost us nothing in Eriksen. Man, what a player this guy is. I mean, I can't even begin to stress, how good he is on the ball. I mean, people forgot, since he went to Inter and, he lost, obviously, that stuff happening in the Euro. He's a very good player, man. Eriksen, he's so good. So we need that kind of, technically secure midfielder, one more, to, build that midfield. And, the future of Ronaldo, I think he would like to leave in the January window. I hope he leaves, man, because there is so many, fanboys have infested the fan base because of him. They can't accept the fact that he's coming to his end. They still think he's, top 3 footballers
he's
at the moment.
Or something. Yeah, he
needs they can't accept it. Dude, I mean, I don't know if you watched yesterday. There was a pass from I think it was from Eriksen, and he's one-on-one with the keeper, but he's 37 now, so he doesn't have that pace. So by the time he receives the ball and he makes 2 strides, the defenders are already on him, and that one-on-one situation goes away. So people are not, accept that. I mean, I watched Messi in the last 2 games. I think it was who did they play in the league? That was a big game. I can't remember. I think it was a derby or something. And then I watched him in the Champions League as well. He's so good, man, with the ball. Yeah, in the Juventus game. And I think it was Marseille or Lyon, one of them teams in the Liga. I watched that game as well.
Yeah.
I mean, he's still got that. He doesn't need pace. Messi has never relied on his pace or, acceleration. He is so good with the ball. So, I mean, that people are not able to accept it. And this guy, he has got no self-awareness. He is 37. And yeah, you can score some headed goals if the crossing is good. But, yeah.
You think he's going to sign for Chelsea? Because apparently Todd Bowley wanted him. One of the reasons, one of 1,000 reasons that Thomas Tuchel was sacked. Bowley asked him 6 times, according to the Athletic, what can we buy Ronaldo? He's good. Look at his statistics, and also commercially, he's somebody that will bring us a lot of money. He's like, no.
If I am a Chelsea fan, I'd rather see.
They ask him why.
Yeah. I know.
No. He doesn't want to talk. He doesn't want to. It's like, I'm the boss here. Don't ask me my football decisions, kind of. But Americans, they want to just get a little bit deeper. Why? Tell us what is the real reason here. Because we just saw Lukaku. We spent a lot of money on Lukaku. We could get some money out of Ronaldo and all that. Oh, no. It's just like what's his name again? Ten Hag press conferences. Some of the questions, journalists will ask him something. He's like, no, or yes, no, yes. Doesn't really want to get deep. Why are you asking me those? This is the kind of attitude that apparently Thomas Tuchel had with the new owners who just spent $4 billion on buying a club, and you can't even associate them to your decisions. Yeah,
I mean, look, I don't think you need a Ronaldo. If you look at what Brighton played, they have a centre forward who can hold the ball up in Danny Welbeck. So I think that's the kind of striker he likes, which is why I'm hopeful about Armando Broja, because he can do that kind of role if you give him the chances. So if I'm a Chelsea fan, I'll just simply answer that. I'd rather see, Broja develop. Didn't you give him a new contract right now than have a 37-year-old, fighting for his own vanity? Because let's be honest, I mean, I think we discussed it during when he was linked with you guys.
Yeah.
When he comes into that dressing room, it's always going to be about him. I don't care if he's 37, 39 or 40. It's going to be about him and him only. So I don't think you need that in your beginning of your project. You need, an inclusive member.
Don't you think that he's humbled now? Ten Hag really humbled him. You sit on the bench. I'm the manager here. I make decisions. Yeah. If you look at him now, he doesn't complain too much on the field anymore or give the attitude. He's applauding from the bench. So do you think that he already learned that, hey, I'm not the Ronaldo of 10 years ago. Probably I have to be humble. Do you think?
I think he realizes it.
Yeah.
Yeah, he does realizes that he's not the Ronaldo of 2008 where he's, taking on defenders and, doing step overs. But he's not willing to accept it. I think that's the problem. like in his head, he still thinks he can score 40 goals. I mean, that drive, that's why he's one of the best in the world. Even at his age, like he thinks he can do it. So he does realize it. I think this happened with Wayne Rooney as well. Like in 2015, I clearly remember, like, he had already reached at a peak. Like he has peaked by 28. His mind wanted to do, but his physically wasn't able to produce it. I think Ronaldo is at that stage where he wants to do all these kind of, 40-yard shots and, step overs. Yesterday, he tried a step overs between two defenders. He went out for goal kick. So, I mean, there is...
That's funny.
But look, he realizes it, but he's not willing to accept it. So, that's the thing.
Hard.
Man.
It's hard to accept it. And what is happening to Casemiro? I watched the game a little bit, but he doesn't look that good, though.
Yeah. I think he's taking some time. I think technically, he is good enough to play the system, but he's still not used to the Premier League yet. I feel he doesn't realize that he is not going to get the same amount of time as he get in La Liga. And you have Kroos and Modric. We have bought you to replace McTominay, so that's a big McFred. So that's a big responsibility on him. So he has to realize that, and he does play some good passes. But yesterday he lost a lot of possession, like a lot of turnovers were coming from him. So I think he will get better. I'm not worried about him. Like he's still 30 and he's more than capable of not running our midfield, but shielding our back four. So I still want to see him play in our best team, like not with Maguire and Lindelof, in that back four of Malacia, Martinez, Varane, and Tolo. So he'll come good. I'm not worried about him.
Okay. Me, I was worried a little bit. I'm like, listen, probably he just came for retirement. He got a lot of money now. He won everything. So he's like, I'm not gonna, do anything here. I got my 3 years contract or something.
Yeah, I think it is. Yeah, it is for 3 or 4 years with an extension. But I mean, look, when I heard his interview and I watched that Brazil documentary on Amazon, I mean, Casemiro doesn't feel like, he's not like a Willian who, he was going to move from Chelsea to Arsenal for 200, 300K because he's coming to an end. He is a professional man. I have heard his interviews, even when he's talking, like you can see he wants to win still. I mean, granted, he has won everything, but he doesn't seem like a mercenary to me. I mean, he's one of the best defensive midfielders in the world. And, having lots of money is good, but, he wants to contribute. So, but,
to go to the World Cup, right? He's still in the national team, right? So...
Yeah, him and Fred start in the midfield, by the way. I mean, if you watch the Brazil games, and that midfield, like, there are so many talented midfielders in Brazil. Like, even that Paqueta guy, he even plays the number 10 sometimes when Neymar is not playing. So that's not an easy place to, get into. So, look, I'm not worried about Casemiro. At the moment, McTominay is having his time, but I know McTominay, there will be 2 or 3 games where he's going to become his old self, and that's when Casemiro comes in. Yeah, but I'm not worried about Cas.
But yesterday was basically your B team. But probably in January, you guys need some reinforcement. If you wanna push a win the Europa League or something, I think some reinforcement is gonna be needed. And, I
mean, look, Sevilla lost their first game already. So you can say that they will be coming in the Europa League sometime or the other. And if Sevilla come in the, Europa League, they are going to go hard for it. They have won the most times in that competition. So, and United, we were going to play Crystal Palace at their ground. So it would have been an interesting game if the week wasn't postponed. And I think Man City were going to play Tottenham. So that would have been a very interesting game because, how Conte sets his team up at the Etihad with Haaland and, all that would have been interesting. But shame we can't see it, man, this week.
Yeah, it's time to reset for many teams and especially for Chelsea. I'm okay. Yeah. Probably this week I might have to find a game to do a watch along, probably from the Bundesliga, watch with Timo Werner, something like that, or French League. So I'm cool. Just let Porter and his boys cook. Today is gonna be probably his first training. Yesterday was, I don't know if he trained.
It's good for you, man. You needed this break.
Yeah, actually, needed it. we needed it. And Wednesday, I think, where are we gonna even play Wednesday? I don't know if it's gonna be at the Bridge or away, but we have a game in the Champions League, probably against Milan or something. I don't know. I'm not too sure about what I'm talking about here, but
Yeah, you have a game at the Stamford Bridge versus Salzburg.
So yeah, let me double check. So yeah, Fulham postponed. Yeah, we have Salzburg, RB Salzburg,
and then Liverpool.
Yeah, and then Liverpool on Sunday. The last game on Sunday is gonna be at home at the Bridge, which is better because away, at Anfield with all their boys, they always try to perform good. They tend to perform good against Chelsea, even if they are not doing good at the moment. Even Liverpool might be also happy that they have one game cancelled, so they can kind of, figure out what is happening with them at the moment, and then recharge and go again next week. So Wednesday it's gonna be Chelsea against Salzburg at the Bridge, and Sunday, the last game on Sunday, that is a big one. That could be the first game in the Premier League for Mr. Porter at Chelsea Football Club. So we can't lose that game. Everybody is gonna be buzzing. New manager. We have to beat them and all that. So I think this one is gonna be a good game of football. And Wednesday, there is no excuses. We have to beat that Salzburg team because we lost the first game. We have no choice but to beat that team from Austria, right? Yeah, I think. Yeah, Mr. Tibogo.
Yes, how are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm good, thanks.
All right. What do you have to say?
First of all, yesterday I wasn't able to come on your stream, but I just wanted to talk about the sacking of Thomas Tuchel. From my side, I know sacking Thomas Tuchel doesn't make sense after buying those players for him and stuff. But again, seeing recent reports saying that he might fall out with the new owner. So I feel like maybe they sacked him because they can't build a relationship with him, and then maybe they can't trust each other. So they rather sack him now or than later. But again, I remember I was on your show, and then we had a debate or an argument about. Remember the interview Thomas Tuchel did after we lost to Arsenal 4-0 in the preseason?
Yes.
Yes, throwing the players under the bus, and then you were spot on. That was one of the biggest mistakes about Thomas Tuchel, because I feel like maybe he might lose the dressing room there, because some players were not happy about what he said. And then you said it. I remember very well. You said it. Even though we had debates saying, no, I was too soft. No. He was right. But again, maybe the players, they didn't feel well about what Thomas Tuchel said about them that day. So at the end of the day, I'm not a billionaire. I'm not Chelsea Football Club owners. Coaches and players come and go in football clubs. I'm here to support Chelsea. And if Graham Potter is the manager for Chelsea, yes, it's officially, I'm going to support him just like I did with the previous coaches.
Yeah, I agree. I completely understand you. Yeah, when I was telling people back then, many people in the same show called me, you have an agenda, you don't like the manager. It's clear. I didn't tell him to talk what he said. Around the world, you can hear, but people try to deny, he didn't say that. Yeah, he said it. He said that I've been proven right because the quality is not there. He only praised Raheem Sterling and Koulibaly because he bought them. So how are you going to feel, my friend? How other 25 players in the squad are going to feel? I said it. And people, when you tell people the truth, they call you names. Oh, no, you. No, this is exactly what I was trying to avoid. He's a good manager. You just need to improve your communication and try also to question yourself. Not always somebody's fault. I said it because I didn't want to see him sacked. That's why I wanted him to change and make some improvement. But people who were like praising him and say, oh, you are the boss, you can't do any wrong, are the people who will just drag you to the mud. They're going to drag you to your grave because they praise you all the time. You can't do any wrong. And look at it today, you know. If you listen to me, he was going to keep his job. Mr. Bright, let's go.
Good afternoon.
Yes, sir.
Oh, I'm just calling, so I don't know what you're talking about.
We're just talking about football in general. If you want to talk about fishing and ping pong, let's go for it. Or food, or whatever.
I wanted to ask. Okay. What of tomorrow game? Are they playing tomorrow game?
No, it's been postponed. Games been cancelled for this week. Is it
only Premier League or other leagues also?
Only Premier League.
That means
somewhere in the UK, in the United Kingdom, the Scottish League. I'm not sure, but I'm just speculating here. I have to double check.
Championship.
But Championship was already cancelled yesterday. Because yesterday there were so many games that were going to be played, but they were postponed, cancelled. So everywhere that the Queen was the Queen of the United Kingdom, which is not only England but the entire kingdom. Somewhere.
Do you think this thing they just did is not going to affect the rotation of the football because the World Cup is coming? Why they can't just give him maybe a silent moment for just a minute? Continue your ball.
The minute of silence instead of postponing. Yeah. I don't know. I'm not in charge. The government came out and said, listen, the league need to decide. It's not an obligation to do it, but you make your own decisions based on, I don't know, your moral values or whatever. So the Premier League decided to cancel, but they were not obligated to do it. So you can't blame anybody else. They had a meeting, okay? They had a meeting, I don't know, by Zoom or something, and everybody decided to just honor the Queen. So the majority decided, bro. It was a vote from probably from Premier League club or representatives, right? So if the majority of them decided to take a day off, and then you have to listen to democracy. That's the way it is. And for me, as a Chelsea fan, I'm happy. You know why? Because I want Graham Potter to have more time on the ground with the boys. You know, he just took over yesterday. Probably today is going to be his first training session. And tomorrow, early morning, 3:30 in California, in the morning, we were going to play against Fulham. So he was going to be all over the place. So I'm kind of happy that we have few more days to prepare. So the next game for Chelsea in the Premier League is going to be against
Champions League.
No, I'm talking about the Premier League. In the Premier League, it's going to be next week, Sunday, against Liverpool. So we have time to prepare. I don't really care about the Champions League at the moment. Even you can't underestimate any team. We saw it the last time that Dinamo beat us. And nothing is scripted in football. You never know if that Salzburg, RB Salzburg, at the bridge, they can come and do us some damage. I'm not going to, I am not going to ignore them. I have to take them seriously, but I'm talking about the Premier League here. Like, we have to beat Liverpool. That is my point. We have to beat them. I'm sick and tired of losing against Liverpool or getting the decisions always goes against us, against Liverpool. So this time with Mr. Harry Potter, the magician himself, he's going to beat them at the bridge. Watch.
But I think it is not Taylor that is going to have the coach, I think referee.
What? Say it again.
I think it's not Anthony Taylor that is not going to referee.
Oh, Anthony Taylor. You're talking about Anthony Taylor. So Anthony Taylor.
Yes.
Yeah, I hope it's not gonna be him because that guy is bad. So Mr. Erling Haaland, nice to see you here, my brother. Long time. Graham is better make a Brighton signing like Mwepu or Trossard at Chelsea. I don't wanna also be like Brighton FC at Chelsea though. I think we should be fine with the players that we already got. If he can bring Billy Gilmour back to the bridge, man, I'm still hurting until now how we sold that boy and Jorginho still in the team. But listen, we have some good relationships with Brighton, so we might negotiate and buy Mr. Billy Gilmour back.
I think the director is going to cost a lot of money.
Yeah, it is what it is. You have to deal with it. All right, let me talk to other people. I will come back to you. Chelsea Boy 11, Mr. Tebogo, you're not saying anything.
What's going on?
Good. Hello?
Yeah, what's going on?
Good. What do you have to say?
So much, I don't even know where to start. It's the first from I hear the shot news. I get a chance to come on your channel. I always give you a hint. I'm in the US here. You're still in the US, right?
Yeah, you're in New York. I know you. You don't have to introduce yourself.
You remember?
We used to talk like for hours, like late night. Yeah. You just disappeared.
You have good memory.
I thought you went back to Jamaica or something.
No, I was still here. We even go to, who I've been linking up with, the other Chelsea channel guy, and we go to the Legend and watch the games. That's what we plan to do this season. What's his name, man? Guinea, Man Knows Football. You know that other Chelsea channel?
Yeah.
Yeah. But I think you're not in New York side, so you wouldn't get to link up with us, right?
Yeah.
Right, yeah. We're gonna plan to watch some game at the Legend place there, but it's nice. But anyway, then that's for another day. But what I'm saying, man, the reason why I've been listening to you from the other day, and I didn't even come on, man, because I still couldn't get it myself. You understand? I still couldn't get it myself.
What is your reaction about the sacking and all that?
Right.
New appointment.
Yeah, I'm not happy, and I have my reason why I'm not happy. Other people can't say, but this is what I'm saying. Like, make me reason with this for a little minute. Then, so I know you under here. You maybe I don't know what you take. What I know you asking me, but I'm gonna give you my answer based on what you said. So you okay with?
No, you don't have to follow me, and you don't have to please me. If you're not happy, you're not happy. We don't have to agree on things, bro. You know me. This channel is democracy. You say whatever you want. You don't attack anybody. You don't insult anybody. That's the most important. You like blue, I like red. That's what the life is all about. Don't hold back because you are on my channel. Just empty your pocket. Let's go.
All right, then let me go as all you say then. So what I'm saying that the decision make no sense to me. I can't see where it makes sense, right? And to how quick this decision make with everything in place, I feel like this was planned before even the loss that we lost to the Champions League side there, right? Okay. I don't think that's the reason. They're just using some of that to patch up the hole to say, okay, then make a look at this. But I don't think so. I think this thing is from Bowley did want Ronaldo, and Tuchel was against it. And Tuchel demands him to get Aubameyang, which he said he was gonna back him, and that's where I'm confusing. I feel like he backed him with everything that he said, and still sack him at this moment. Reverse back to what I'm saying. For to back him so much right from the transfer season, and to me, in the back of my mind, I feel like they have this plan. Say, listen, we're not gonna work with him. He's a stubborn guy. He's not doing what we're saying. I just feel like that's what the whole name gonna say. So why
spend that money and getting him what he wanted?
That's what I'm saying. It's just confusing because why would you sack a man after 6 matches in the season after spending 280 something million when you know that the man is just stepping from like his director, his chairman, his scouting. He couldn't focus on the field, so just give him the chance until even international break to go and focus on the field. You know many things. You think it's easy? Just you try to multitask even in what you're doing and see how much it take out of you. And the Premier League is the hardest league. And you're coming up against every manager that know what they're doing in the Premier League. And we're just 5 points off the top. We're not playing the best football, but that alone tell you that all these new players come in, they need time, and he need to get his head from the chairman, from the director, and come back in training. Because that's what Tuchel was doing. You understand? Tuchel taking so much. When the sanction gone, he have to come out and speak. You didn't hear Peter Cech. You didn't hear the lady there. You didn't hear Abramovic. You didn't hear nobody else. Right? Nobody else. He have to come. So why we couldn't take all the fans that bought Tuchel out? Because guess what? All we want to see, just get up tomorrow morning and pretty football start play. Rome do not build in one day. People need to understand that. You get what I'm saying? Because the man is coming from all of these problems, and you expect him to just press a button and turn on things. City have a quality team. Pep Guardiola can shut his eye and pick the team, and they still drop points so far. Come back to Liverpool. Look at Liverpool. We're there on top of it. We're further the table with them. They in Champions League, they're even worse than us. They get 4-1. We only lost 1-0. Come on, this is too eager to let go Tuchel right there. Who is better than Tuchel out there right now that you're gonna get? Because Zidane not coming. We know. Well, I'm only saying that now because we get Graham Potter, right? But I'm just saying, this is my problem now. I don't have a problem with Graham Potter. The only problem, I'm gonna tell you the problem that I'm going to have. I don't have it yet, but I'm going to have. Listen to this now. Why I'm not too happy about the signing of Graham Potter, I'm worrying about the big ego that's in that dressing room. Graham Potter play good football at Brighton. People jumping up and saying, yes, our football is too boring. Relax. You forgot when we win the Champions League, when we're playing all these big teams?
Yeah.
People forgot those things quick, right? They're only looking at what Brighton are doing with 1 game a week. Not saying Graham Potter is not good enough, but 1 game a week. These players not fighting for no title, no challenge. They just they only want to know their head above the water, that they're not going down. So they play free-flowing football with no pressure.
Yeah.
Just call the name of Chelsea. It's so much pressure. Graham Potter, no CV, no experience with 2-3 games a week to deal with a big squad like that. So just the name alone, a pressure on Graham Potter's shoulder already, right? That's one enough. The name of the club is one. These players in the dressing room is one, and to win stuff is the other. Check how many things you have to deal in comparing to Brighton. You understand? Not saying he's not going to come and play pretty football, but if it is 1 game a week, so we never in the Champions League or we never FA Cup, we just need to just play football for the Premier League. Fine, he could get us play. But when all these pressure come down on him and you left out Ziyech for 2 days, or you look at Sterling and said, Sterling, you're not playing this game. I have a plan for Havertz and Aubameyang up top, and Ziyech's gonna play. 2 games, 3 games, Sterling sit down out there. You know what he start back? You don't win anything. I'm playing on a pet that make me win so many things, and you as a coach don't win anything. Who is you to come put me? These problems gonna start develop. If they develop with Tuchel, who win and deal with big players, why you think it's not gonna be with Graham Potter? No matter how much of a good man management he is, players want to play World Cup coming up. Now he come in, we're going to win few couple games, everybody going to be like, see, it's a good decision. Wait till the rocky road start. How we going to go through there? We're just going to get up and sack again. We're going to get up and sack again. How we going to build? I'm not happy with sacking one bit. I just can't see where it makes sense. I can't.
Yeah. I completely understand. That is your opinion. Yeah,
But it makes sense.
Yeah, go on. Who wanted to say?
Yes, I mean, it makes sense. Like, from the recent reports where we've been hearing, like, Thomas Tuchel wanted players, right? For example, the lead and Rafinha's and Gundes and stuff, right? They go to teams and negotiate. And then Thomas Tuchel is the last piece to sell the club to the player, the idea to the player. What does Thomas Tuchel do? Nothing. He makes the job of the owners more difficult because he's not giving them a good communication skills. For example, the reports are saying that Thomas Tuchel, they asked him a lot of things about the transfers. He said, well, no, I don't want that. Like, how can the owners build a relationship with Thomas Tuchel? And Thomas Tuchel was not fired because of the results. He was fired because they felt like they didn't have a good relationship with him, and then they can't build a team or a structure with him because already they have a disconnection. So Thomas Tuchel is not sacked because of the results. And then, as I said before, I've said Thomas Tuchel is sacked. I didn't want him to go, but again, him being stubborn or his ego got him into trouble, and the owners doesn't want that. So we can argue all day and stuff. And again, with Graham Potter, let's just give him time. Yes, for example, Pep Guardiola didn't wake up to be a successful coach. Klopp didn't wake up to be a successful coach. It took time. Give Graham Potter time to build his team and be patient with him. I'm not saying he's a world-class manager, but again, how can he prove that without getting a top team? Now is his opportunity to get that time? Hopefully he'll do well for us.
Yeah.
Yeah, not to cut you on that, I can answer him right there. I understand that I would want that, but what the sense may spend so much money? This is not Potter team. So that's all of this money that we spend. These are what I'm saying. The sacking is make no sense. So you're going to waste all of these 280 million and then start back over again next summer or January to build Potter team. These are not Potter
the problem with Potter also is somebody who can also adapt to the players that he got. Not necessarily that you have to change 25 players, as the old regime was saying, give him all his players. But when you are a world-class coach, you should also be able to get the best out of some players, even if you think they are not good enough, because I think other managers are getting the best out of those players, so you can also do it if you are world class. So managing a team is not only buying what you want, but also coaching and taking some players, good players, to the next level of like world class. If you look at Pep Guardiola, you just mentioned here, and Klopp, because that's examples that people would throw there, but you forgot that Pep Guardiola is somebody who took a so-called Chelsea reject, Salah, and made him world class. Sadio Mane was a good player, but he wasn't in that level until he met Klopp, and he's world class today. You look at people like Robertson from the Championship, he got him from Hull City, made him world class. You look at
but it's a difference to that. It's a difference to that.
You look at even what is his name again? Diogo Jota. They couldn't afford to get Timo Werner. We went for Timo Werner because we had money. All of a sudden, he went to get Jota half price, and look how he transformed Jota, and look at how we buried Werner. I understand that Werner got other issues, but I'm trying just to make a point here. The point I'm trying to make here is that I don't remember anybody that we developed in the last 2 years. It's always they are crap, get rid of them, get a new one. But so the same players are the players that won us the Champions League, and the same players can cook and be world class in other teams or other managers, other systems. So how that works, I don't get it.
So this is the problem with us now. What you're saying is not wrong, and I would love to see that happen. But that's the new era gonna happen. But at this present day now, that's not what we have in the team. You understand? We have good enough player slash world class. Think they're big enough. They don't thinking like that to develop. You get what I'm saying? The players them that I would say developing in there, so is Cucurella, the midfielder there that we buy, those two midfielder. And so you can't go look at Aubameyang or Kai Havertz and tell them say they want to develop, Raheem Sterling and tell them say they want to develop. They're going to look at pattern like, come on, I want to win. These are the younger players that they can develop. You use Klopp as an example when he take Robinson and those stuff. These are not the players at Chelsea. That's what I'm saying. These are players that win already. Whereas win a Champions League, I feel like they're going to use their big ego and said, Grandpa, what you win? What's your CV? You understand?
And then he gonna just take them away because he got the power. He's gonna take them away and promote youngsters who are hungry, who wanna play.
Thank you. No, all right. No, we're talking. That's what I'm saying. But we don't got these players right now. That's what I'm saying. I can't understand the sacking. So maybe the owner have plans. So all we Chelsea fans have to do, don't think about winning any title now. We just have to just relax and try and stay around.
It's a process,
the top
though.
four.
We have to go through a process before it get better, but the word process is very, very difficult for Chelsea fans to understand that anything you need a process. It's not, we are not under Roman Abramovich anymore.
Because we spoil.
We spoil. We have to win now. You are out. You are good or you are bad. You are, that is gone. Now you have to start building for long term,
And Winter, that's my problem, because as I said, I don't have a problem with Grandpa, but my problem is that how many fans like you gonna sit and patient and say, you know what? Let me take my mind off winning right now. How many fans gonna sit there? We so spoil and use Clover Club winning. How many fans gonna sit down for 2-3 years and see just Pep winning, maybe Klopp come win, and maybe even Man U win. You know how we stay at it. Conte come in, want to win. Tottenham is one of our biggest rivals. How many Chelsea fans gonna sit down and just stick around top 4, top 5, top 6 and allow Graham Potter for 2-3 years and say it's a process? So let us leave it. We're gonna get the fans themselves gonna put the pressure on the manager. Listen, Tab Bowley and the group is just like 3, 4, 5 people. Grandpata is just one person. It's just 25 players in the squad. Check how many Chelsea fans around the world. Think about it, no man. When we all get upset, because I can bet you that majority of the fans want to win more than the amount that who will sit like you and said it's a process. Let you continue. I can bet you, and that's where the pressure is going to go. That's where the confusion is going to go on. How many times people going to buy a ticket, go to the stadium and sit down and watch us just win one match today, lose tomorrow, and we stay around in the top 4 era, top 5 era? How many people gonna happy to that? We in FA Cup, we go to maybe the locker stages and then drop out. We in the Champions League, we go to round of 16 and drop out. How many fans gonna say, sure, it's a process, but we give them till the next 3-4 years? How many fans gonna do that? That's where the problem.
Let me say hi to my brother here, Mon.
How you guys doing? Good morning.
Good morning.
Mon.
Mr. Mon. Yeah, Mon.
Yeah, Mon.
Mr. Mon.
Hey, so my fellow caller here, he was saying how he doesn't understand why he got sacked, even though, which is true, if it was planned, then why would they give him basically all the players that he wanted, right?
Mm-hmm.
My thing is, though, I think a lot of us are forgetting that he had a very nasty attitude always with the press conferences after the games.
Yeah.
And you don't want a type of environment like that around you. Yeah, you could say, you put up with it until the end of the season or the winter time, but it's just like, do you really want that atmosphere going on and building and it will just burst into a bubble that will be worse?
It's gonna just bust at some point. Yeah.
So as good as he was, or as bad as he was, at the end of the day, it's to me his attitude that always came off just so snarky.
Throw everybody under the bus and say they are not good enough, devalue them, and then now we can't even sell anybody. And also playing people out of positions and blame them again for not performing. He need to take some responsibility. Even me, I'm not happy of sacking him, but
I hear that.
You have to tell also the truth. Yeah.
I hear that, but you guys still looking at he's a human being. He under a lot of pressure. When you're saying these things,
there is a pattern. It's not the first time. He's a human being, but he never learned. From Dortmund, Sam, PSG, Wolves, Chelsea.
Not there. I'm talking with what he have to deal with Chelsea. Forget about Dortmund and PSG. How many things he take on his shoulder and when 50 people in the press conference asking him questions, he's a human being putting himself in that position. Come on, guys. He's a human being. He have to deal with so many things with Chelsea and people asking him questions. He have to answer. He have to find an answer. What he's gonna do? Smile and hold down his head. Look at Klopp. What he said after he get the 4-1. Look what he said. Let alone he's a world-class manager. Pressure take these guys. They are human beings. They have to answer sometime. He's not going to get up and curse words in the press conference and stuff, but he's going to find something. Not everybody going to happy with what he said. We have to look at it always. So yes, he have a little fire in him. He's not going. You see how the guy love the club. With the Tottenham game, how he run down the sideline. That's not somebody who give up on the club. We need people like that who love the club. The man have a passion for the club. He's a human being. He's going to show reaction after pressure catch him. He's not to have a glory day. Not all of our players is good enough. So you have mismatched players. So you can't expect him to smile and say, okay. Come on, man. We have to look at it in every way.
The problem is, I understand he's a human being, but in his position sometimes, you don't want to show that kind of attitude in public. Like, look at the game that we lost against Arsenal, how he came out and said what he said. And after that, we struggled to sell people. We even sold Timo Werner for 20 million plus 5 million add-on after buying him for like 60 million. Those little things that we don't really pay attention. You are a leader, bro. You get paid just to handle also this kind of pressure. You give me that kind of money and tell me to shut up, bro. I will shut up. I'm not going to panic. Because I have a big paycheck. So I think, I understand in certain way he's a human being. Like, as a leader, somebody who studied psychology and all that, management, how to, human resources and all that. Sometimes you have just to be diplomatic and just try to, cool things off instead of go out there and say, I miss Marina, I miss Piracek, I'm not used to this. It's too much responsibilities. I want to focus on coaching. Don't ask me anything. But listen, the new owners are new in the world of football. They need you to help. They need you to make some calls and say, convince people to come to your team. It's not like, okay, I want, for example, delete. You just go there and buy him, and then I'm gonna just focus on coaching. You, the manager, you call. You sell your project, you help, you convince somebody to come to you. So those little things of, you want something, but you want somebody else to do everything for you, just bring it on the table. There are so many things that we don't know behind closed doors, and we try just to interpret depending of our narratives. But there are so many things that just trigger Todd Boyle the last minute to say, okay, enough is enough. I supported you until there, and it's clear that he was going to stay. Otherwise, they were not going to even buy Aubameyang the last day, Zakaria the last day. They were going to sack him all this time and find somebody else and brought their own players like Ronaldo. But they supported you. You said, no Ronaldo. Okay, no Ronaldo. I don't want this and that. Okay. And then certain things you just can't help. No communication, no nothing. So there is something that we don't know yet, because I don't believe it just came out of, or they might be planning it, but they were backing him. There is something like very bad that
I'm going to say
happened.
one more point before I leave. To me, this planned from the time he said, no, you don't want Ronaldo. And then he's giving Aubameyang, and it based up, and he gave him Aubameyang, and even in that little match there, Aubameyang must get like 2 chances and miss it. And I feel like Bowley saying to himself, it sounds stupid now, but look into how it grow. I feel like Bowley said to himself, see it, I want Ronaldo, you want Aubameyang, so we get Aubameyang there, and he still go out there and don't do nothing, and you take him off in 60 minutes because he don't fully fit to be 90 minutes, and he couldn't score those 2 goals. I know Ronaldo scored those 2 goals. Watch in January how Ronaldo gonna come. If Ronaldo all right in Man U and keep fit, and all right in January. Ronaldo coming straight to Chelsea in January.
Oh, you think so?
Like, I'm not asking you. This is what bringing up everything. Only want a yes man. Tuchel is a firm man that stand up. He don't just go yes. Only want a yes man, and I feel like that's why him and Grandpa are gonna be working so far. Watching January where Ronaldo gonna come, because these people are business people. You know, you have to understand. The man looking at his business journey. I think he's just gonna get up and flood the money like that and don't look at business.
No, it's business first.
Yeah, he wants. So I'm telling you, January Ronaldo. If Ronaldo stay fit, score a few goals, and all right, he's coming in January. The only way we don't get Ronaldo, Alisson, he's showing some bad attitude.
So what are we gonna do with Aubameyang if Ronaldo comes?
This is why I said the sacking didn't make no sense. We should just make wherever he end up. Once we don't get relegated, then we have. You see, if he did finish the season, leave. All these players that he buy for Tuchel, you see, if he did just make him finish the season or even go to January and we look at it and he's not improving the team or nothing getting better, all of us fans, when he sack him January or next summer, none of us would be holding up our hand and have this conversation right now because we would see where it makes sense. But after 6 games in a season, we have 5 points off the top. We are top against Liverpool, one of the best teams in the country. Right, we're doing better than them at the moment, and they have all they set director and all these people in the back of the board. We are like a shambles right now, and we're still grinding out 1 and 2 results. And you get up and sack him after 6 games after you get him in his players them. Koulibaly don't even settle in good at. 1 good game he got, and against Spurs. We know how Tuchel is good with defending. So once he get Koulibaly settled, once he get Fafana settled and everything and gel together, we know we're gonna do better. Give the guy a chance. He's just coming off he could even focus on the field. He was in the background thinking like he's the director, he's the owner. So now he's trying to take his head from the background, come to the field, and after 6 games you jump and sack him. It makes no sense. Just watch and see. By January, we're going to get Ronaldo. I'm telling you. I'm just mark my word, and I'll come back on the channel and tell you too. By January, once he stay all right, once he stay fit, once his attitude all right, straight to Chelsea is coming. I think they talk already and said just.
I agree.
Just stay there. Go until January, and we'll get you. The man want to play Champions League football. They talk with their agent. He tell Mendy said, listen. No other club you can go right now and everything, but we're going to take you. Tuchel gone away. Tuchel was the one stopping this. In January, you're good to go. I only hope we stay in the Champions League by that time.
yeah.
All I'm saying.
We will go to Europa League.
You understand what I'm saying? So
yeah.
You understand. Listen, I love Chelsea. So I don't even hate when Chelsea playing. I watch even Chelsea training I try to watch, bro. Everything about Chelsea. I just don't know what they're saying in the dressing room. But every little thing, every little news, every little thing, I try to look and put the puzzle together and see if it makes sense. And that's why here I'm telling you all these things. Yeah. I'm telling you, but I just feel like he's coming in January. But, you know, I'm always supporting the channel, man. I just want everyone to subscribe and like and share the channel because you don't know we're at Chelsea, all right? So I will see you.
Yo, my man, before you leave, brother.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, is this your first time calling in?
Oh, no. I'm always, me and him even used to up sometime late in the night.
You're a great caller, my man. Great caller.
Thanks, man. Yeah, man. I'll try and do it more often, you know?
Thank you.
All right, man. Thank you so much. And enjoy your...
And listen, I respect everyone's opinion. You know, we have to
that's what this channel is all about.
Right.
You give your opinion, man.
Feelings. Everybody have a different feelings and view things from a different point of view. So, you know, I'm not coming down anyone. I'm just telling you how I look at it and how I view it. All right? So respect,
that's what football is all about. That's why we make these shows, because otherwise it's going to be boring if you have to agree with everybody. Thank you so much, and drive safely over there because traffic is like...
Oh, my God. It's crazy over here,
man.
You know,
in New York, man. New York
you know, we just finished with our Labor Day over here. It was crazy, man. It was crazy. Yeah. So,
all right, bro. Peace and love to the family, and I'll talk to you next time.
Same to you, man, and same to the other callers. All right.
Nice. Thank you. All right.
Thank you. Okay. So, Mr. Mon, today you are at work. What do you have to say? What do you bring on the table today, brother?
Well, I mean, he got to the point where I wanted to get to. If Chelsea eventually passes group stage, I totally see Ronaldo joining.
Okay.
There's no doubt that he will join.
I will clip you and then remind you that you told me.
He will. Watch, he will. But what would happen though, as far as like numbers? Like Sterling has number 7, I think, right?
Yeah.
So, and it's too late to change numbers, no?
Yeah, probably he can take 77. He needs also to
77.
Yeah, because two sevens are better than 1 7. So he needs to be humble. He needs to be humble. Look at Messi, right?
Yes.
Messi showed people that number is just a number. You can make your number famous. Everybody want to wear number 30 now because why? Messi. He changed from number 10. The other guy, Neymar, wanted to give him the number 10. He was like, no. Keep it. I'm good. I'll be good with my number 30. So, Cristiano Ronaldo needs to be a little bit humble. That is my opinion. Now, say, you know what? It's difficult at the moment. I'm not the same GOAT that I used to be 5 years ago. Now he been humbled by United. Being on the bench often.
By Eric. Because, man,
Eric,
last season he was scoring at least. Now, I mean, obviously it just started, but I think this really woke him up. And what a hard way to wake up right before the World Cup.
So yeah, I think he's if you look at his attitude, even on the bench, he's acting better. He's not getting frustrated anymore from the bench. So I think Ronaldo is changing slowly and surely, understanding that, hey, I'm not the same GOAT anymore. Let me just be humble. So he's going to take number 77 or number 6+1. Just put a number there, man. Put any number there. Everybody's going to buy your shirt. We understand that CR7 is your brand, but it doesn't mean that you have to take a number. Sterling is not even number 7. You know that N'Golo Kante actually is number 7.
Kante is number 7.
So if and the way I see it is Kante actually is very humble, and
he is.
And he might say, you know what, by respect, I'm gonna give it to the GOAT. You know.
Can you do that middle of the season, though? I don't know if you can.
Yeah, you can do it. They can reimburse some money for the shirt and whatever. And people are going to keep you even if they bought Kante 7. But, it is what it is. You can do it. You can switch. Alvaro Morata actually did it at Chelsea because number 9 wasn't working for him. And then...
What? He switched it middle of the season?
Yeah, in the middle of the season, he changed to 29. And then when he changed the number, he even got worse, bro.
Yeah, I remember that. I forgot. I didn't know that he switched in the middle of the season, though.
Yeah,
wow.
In the middle of the season, he changed it. And then he was 29 and then got even worse. I don't even know if he scored any goal with number 29.
I think the only decent Spanish player you guys ever had was Fabregas, because... I mean, Torres, yeah, he scored the 1 goal, but realistically speaking, I mean,
and we had Pedro. Really do much. Pedro was decent too. Pedro Rodriguez. He was decent.
That is true.
And we have Aspilicueta, who is good too. Who was good servant for us. Marcos Alonso, also for years. He saved us in many games. He's very good in the final third.
With his long range.
Yeah,
shots.
Stuff like that. So yeah, we have some successful stories with the Spanish people. So Marina is in the house and say she's asking, it's the Queen tribute. So this weekend we don't have the Premier League games. Nice to see you. Yeah, go on.
So yes, the Premier League games have been they're obviously going to get rescheduled. Now, the Champions League games, I'm guessing they're not rescheduled, right? Because those are going to be hard to do that. And you guys are playing where and who?
Salzburg. RB Salzburg at the Bridge on Wednesday in London.
Damn, man. What? Talk about pressure. It's a pretty big game for good old Harry Potter there.
No, I think that is a perfect game for him because it's in Europe. It's Salzburg from Austria Premier League or whatever it's called, Bundesliga in Austria. So yeah, on paper of course, because everybody said we're gonna smash Dinamo, we're going to kill them over there. You ended up by getting a sucker punch, 1-0 down. So every game is important, but I think that one is going to be perfect for him. It's a home and it's a European competition. If it was the Premier League, that is another kind of game. And we were going to play away with another London derby, Fulham. So that one is going to be, that was going to be even tougher than that. So now he got a few more days of training. And I think that is going to be a perfect debut for our new manager on Wednesday against RB Salzburg.
I'm eager to see what his starting 11 looks like.
Yeah, me too.
And his formation.
I can't wait. I want him to start like Pulisic. Start those guys who were on the bench, undermined. Just change, reverse psychology. And then you're going to get something out of them because they're going to do everything for you because they haven't literally played games in the last 2 years. So this is how you get the best out of players when you change a manager. Is the people who were on the bench, they tend to perform better than other guys. So I hope that he can give Pulisic and Hakim Ziyech a chance. And he can also twist the system a little bit, 4-3-3 or 4-2-3-1 or something. Just twist something there. I want to see beautiful football.
Now, is it only the Premier League that are postponing games, or like every other European country?
Some countries, let's say the UK. UK is not England only, right? There are some other country in the United Kingdom. So I think in Scotland or somewhere else that has some connection with the Queen, they might cancel there. I'm not too sure. I'm just speculating here, but I think
I'm assuming only the United Kingdom country.
The United Kingdom, not England only, not only the Premier League. It could be some other leagues that are inside the United Kingdom might also cancel their games.
Nothing like the Spanish league.
Yeah,
German
they're gonna
league.
continue. We're gonna have La Liga. We're gonna have Bundesliga. We're gonna have Serie A. We're gonna have Ligue 1 in France. Yeah, we have so many games this weekend. Just not the Premier League or other UK leagues. Yesterday, the championship actually was cancelled.
Yes.
So even the Champions League cancelled. So we're still waiting for. Okay, Joseph, South Africa, Johannesburg. What do you have to say?
Sure.
Hello. Sharp. What's going on?
Sharp. You like that word, eh?
Sharp. That is the neighborhood, man. That is our way.
Salam alaikum.
Salam alaikum. All right, what do you have to say, bro? Are you finished mourning about Thomas Tuchel? You were angry the other day. I thought you wanted to punch your car or something. You were so angry. I've never seen you that angry before. I was like, man, I'm lucky that I'm away from him. What's going on?
Bro. No, man. Sometimes they make us angry, The things is like, the time when Frank Lampard, especially Jose Mourinho said, hey, I was
that one was...
I was thinking, like, I don't want to watch again football or even Chelsea, like. And then second thing come Frank Lampard in the same thing. And this guy, he make us even more than... Frank Lampard is a Chelsea and Chelsea DNA and everything. But we didn't enjoy with him on the football side or success side. But he's a Chelsea boy. We like him. That's why. This guy, at least, he show us something,
Yeah.
And the way he was trying to prepare to the game or to season, to things like, like you remember before post-match, I think the Chelsea TV or Fifth Stand asked him, 100 game or 100 match, how so? He said, I hope I will have more 100, more hundreds. This guy was not. I think he was not even thinking he will be sacked or something like that.
Yeah, I mean,
It's like
it was a shock for him. I think it was a big surprise because he was thinking just like us, like, okay, I just got my players, you know, I just finished getting the transfer done. Nobody's gonna touch me now. I got my players. So come in the morning and you are called in the office and like Donald Trump, you are fired. I'm like, what? You know, called in the office and you are fired. If it was me, I was going to start a fight with Todd Boehly. Something was going to happen there. Boom, 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 boom. Whoa. But anyways,
these owners, you know, we like when they come, you know, we scared what's gonna happen. Maybe like style of this America style, like Manchester United. So others, maybe it's a benefiting. They're trying to get some dollars or euros, whatever. Then when they come, they make boom. This one, boom. We thought, these guys, they want to surprise us, helping for the first time, supporting manager, which he wants his style or his players, choosing this and that. And we was having nice hopes or like a nice so, and this thing is coming up. And I was angry. That day I was driving actually from morning. I never see internet. And while I'm driving, just I check my phone. Say, Thomas Tuchel sacked? I never believe. I go another sources. Go there and there. Chelsea, officially.
Yeah, official. That one we discovered together. I was live here talking about other topics, and all of a sudden we discovered together live here in the same channel. I was like, probably this is a fake account or something, you know. And then you try to check. Yeah, this is a verified account. This is Chelsea account. I'm like, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, Mr. Thomas Tuchel was gone. But yeah, it is what it is, brother. It's life.
Now, only one thing. I think these guys, the news, you know, after athletics and those news is coming out, these guys, they are planning for a long time to sack this guy, Tuchel.
So especially. If it's that's one the confusion is. I don't really believe totally on they were planning something. If they were planning something, but why did they even buy players that he wanted until the last day of the transfer window? They got him Aubameyang. That means somehow they were not totally sure to sack him. They were just trusting him if he can change something. But there is something that happened the last minute that they were like, you know what, we have enough, just go. You know, something triggered them to let him go. Otherwise, they were going to get rid of him, get Ronaldo, get Porra early on, and then something else, you know, like we were going to plan this transfer window with Porra instead of Thomas Tuchel. But, bro, we don't know. There's something that we don't know in this thing, and it's going to come out at some point, you know.
But, you know, like even what you call it, that guy, Fabrizio Romano yesterday, he was trying to say something. And also I watched Athletic, Simon and David and other guys also. They say when he was talking to Cucurella agent there, and he was getting more information for this guy, for this new coach. I'm surprised.
That's what you do. That's what you do. Even you get information just in case, you know, just in case. I sack this guy who is going to replace him. So that's part of a strategy.
Second thing, I'm sure these guys, like, let's say, Cucurella, I don't think so. Only maybe it's Thomas Tuchel signing. Even the owners, they want this guy. And Fafana, it's the same thing. I think any manager can pick that boy. And who is that? Sterling, almost the same. Maybe argument with Koulibaly or that guy with Aubameyang. Maybe those ones. Maybe it's gonna be Tuchel signing. Maybe these guys, they got a plan even before. Like, that's why I like that. Let's move on there now. This new manager, I don't have anything to say about him. I just want to see what he will do with Chelsea. I hope he will succeed. I wish him best to make us happy.
He will surprise many people. Tell you, he will surprise you. He's good. Yeah. Believe me, he's good.
He never tried Europe even one single game. He never tried.
No, he already played in Europe.
He played.
Yeah, he took a team from a lower division in Sweden. Very cold over there. He took them to Europa League. He beat Galatasaray. He beat Arsenal. He beat so many big guns in Europe. And he got some kind of experience in Europe. And big game. He beat pretty much everybody. He beat Thomas Tuchel in the league. He beat Klopp. He beat Pep Guardiola. The guy is good. Not necessarily.
He beat Eric.
Yeah, Eric. Yeah, I don't remember that. Yeah, he beat Eric. Yeah, you're right. You completely right.
Manchester United, you know.
Yeah, so listen, give him a chance.
Yes.
Give him a chance. Don't come with the attitude of "I told you so." Oh, look at this. No, just don't say that.
No, I don't say that. I just want to see. But maybe we want to change our mind after 10 game or 6 game to support this guy, or to say, yes, this is the right man, or this is shit, or like that. So,
language, please. Language.
Sorry, man.
Please.
Sorry, man. I don't know. You see, I don't have any idea. You know, it's like that. So second thing now, the same players I think this guy will choose. You will mark my word. Jorginho is the first player. He will be for this guy.
You think so? You think he's gonna choose Jorginho?
100%. You will see Jorginho is the first player on team sheet. I'm telling you. If Jorginho, no, you will see. If Jorginho is the first team, I surprise even maybe Kepa. He will get some chance. Jorginho is the first player. I think Christian Pulisic. I don't think so. He will be there.
Damn it. Uggs, I think this guy is secretly a Manchester United fan. He's just here trolling us.
Yeah, he's secretly a Manchester United fan.
He's trolling us right now. Yeah, but I will go. Thank you so much, man, and I'll be listening.
All right, my brother. Yeah, drive safely, and I'll talk to you this weekend because...
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much.
Very nice, guys. Bye-bye.
All right, thank you so much. Even Mr. Joseph is gone. So, people, I'm still here for how many minutes more? Yeah, just let's say 10 minutes. The time for me to read some comment and respond. If you want to jump quickly and say goodbye, much appreciated. And if you can help me get 100 likes, it doesn't cost anything. It's just one click away. Marina say also, I didn't know what to say about Potter. You don't know what to say about Harry Potter. Have you watched The Magician? Have you watched the Harry Potter movies? That guy is a magician, girl. Trust the process. This is the guy that will take us to the promised land. You know, Graham Potter is the guy. Telling you right now. He's good. He's going to get the best out of ZH, Pulisic, Werner, Mount, Callum Hudson-Odoi when he comes back, Ampadu, those kids, everybody, he's going to take the best. He's going to get the best out of them. Don't worry about it. Okay, so for sure, somebody say here, for sure, we are going to win the game against Salzburg. Listen, this is what we say. This is what you said the last game against Dinamo. Zagreb, you said we were going to win. We lost, so it's not the Rockets, or it's not the exact science here. You never know. It's football. Yeah, go on, Mr. Enrico Joseph, Chelsea fan.
Good evening, everyone. Good afternoon, wherever you are.
Yes, sir.
Brother, I love your channel since over 2 years now. I've been following you, listening what you say. During the time that we sacked Frank Lampard, You see something? All what you say about Thomas Tuchel, you are a prophet.
Thank you.
You say that the time Thomas Tuchel in PSG, I follow PSG. I'm a footballer. I'm a Chelsea fan. The real blood.
Yeah. Yeah.
For my own opinion, because it's now I enter the broadcast, I don't know what you people are discussing before. What I would like to put my interest about this our new coach.
Okay.
I'm so very happy that we go to low profile and take a coach. We don't need all those hyping them. I believe, for me, let's watch and see. Frank Lampard will come back to Chelsea.
You want him? I don't want him to come back though.
For me, is this for my own opinion?
Oh, that is your opinion.
Yeah, it's my own opinion.
Yeah, don't go back. They said, I don't even want any legend like John Terry or anybody to take over because they just tarnish their legacy, you know? People are going to get on them. You know how we like to hate English people and all that. So it's going to be another war in the Chelsea community, you know, about another ex-legend. But yeah, that is your opinion, so I'm listening.
The problem that I have for Thomas Tuchel, he cannot play a player in natural position. That is my big
changes
problem.
Them. Yeah.
The word you are changing is not working. Every single week, we are losing, we are drawing key.
And we're doing the same thing over and over again.
Me, I don't know. This sack is coming. I don't know. I think maybe the man loves Thomas Tuchel. He give him many opportunities to hand over, to take care of dressing room, to decide the player that you want. But the man don't take his chance very well. That is why he used the job.
Yeah, a little bit of ego here. I don't change. Everything need to be my way or no way. You know, those little things is gonna just disturb your dressing room and you start losing people in the dressing room. And that is how everything escalates to the next level.
This is what happened to Frank Lampard. When Lampard bought a player, he was sacked.
Yeah. That's
Thomas Tuchel comes, he take over, we take a Champions League, we take a 3 Cup. Maybe history is going to repeat again. Yeah.
So you think we're going to win the Champions League this time?
Nobody knows.
Yeah.
Because I see.
Nobody knows.
Maybe like Armando Broja, he will pull a weight with Abramovic. Let's watch and see. Because Thomas Tuchel don't like Armando Broja. I love the guy. The guy have his strength. He can run. We need a striker who can run.
Armando Broja has a great future. All the youngsters, if you perform good, you're gonna get a chance under Porter. Thomas Tuchel don't have really a good record when it comes to youngsters. He worked with youngsters, but he didn't promote them. That is the difference. People always confused. Working with
look at
youth,
the game. You bet a Chalobah. You put a Slickwetter.
Yeah, working with youth doesn't mean liking them. If you coach a team like Borussia Dortmund, you are obligated to work with what you got in hand. Okay, so it's not like you wanted them or you rate them. You are that's what you have to do. But when you are given a chance at Chelsea Football Club, a lot of money here, a lot of talent there, he will prefer to spend money than develop somebody. So people
look at our key player. Our key player before. We don't see it again. Christian Pulisic. It's our main man in the match. Look at Hakim Ziyech. We bought Hakim Ziyech because of crossing, because of magic.
But he can't. He's not allowed to do magic anymore. Anyways, Anyways, brother, anything else you wanna say? Because I have to leave. I have to do some work here.
No problem. Maybe at the other time that you join online, maybe if I have a chance. Because
sure. I'm here every single day to give you the opportunity to talk. Don't worry about it.
Yes, I follow you. I subscribe for your YouTube channel. This is a backup one and the first one.
Thank you so much. The Green Turf.
Thank you very much. I appreciate
it, Mr. Joseph. Erico, thank you. And look at this guy. He's back again. Troublemaker. Porter is similar as Tuchel with system and formation. The only thing is Porter is a very good people manager, but the only thing he will play players out of what? He won't. You mean he won't play players out of position? So I don't know if it fit. Oh, so you think they are similar as Thomas Tuchel? He's gonna play people out of position. I think it's gonna be the opposite, because in many of his interviews he said that he adapts to the players. He adapts to them instead of them adapting to him. So I don't know. Let's wait and see what's gonna happen. For ZH and Pulisic, I don't know how it fits. Yeah, right now it's speculations. Right now he got a group of talented players. You need to find a way to play them. So let's wait and see what is going to happen. People, your brother been here for more than 2 hours and I'm still begging for people to give me 100 likes. Nobody wanna do it. Why do you have to force? If you can just like 1 second, 1 like, it's gonna help recommend the channel to other people. I'm about to leave. Anybody wanna make the last call? No, maybe not. So no press conference today from Harry Potter. You know the magician, Harry Potter himself, Mr. Graham Potter. No press conference today. I was waiting for this press conference like hell. Yeah, I wanted to hear from him, his vision and all that. But because of what is happening in the country, the death of the Queen, no press conference, no games this weekend. So we're gonna have to wait a little bit before we hear from our new boss. So if you wanna follow your brother here on social media, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, Green Turf, you're gonna find me. Always follow people back. No ego, no nothing. I'm just one of you. You know what I mean? Nobody is bigger than nobody here. So listen, I made a video actually last night about the London Derby preview. Fulham against Chelsea Football Club. If you wanna watch, it's still important even though the game was cancelled, but the video still makes sense because I wasn't sure when I was recording it. Some noise already came out to say that the Premier League might be cancelled this weekend or that. So I made a video based on speculations, but also telling you what is going to be my choice, my starting 11 and my predictions. So if you want to go to the Green Turf YouTube channel to watch some other videos, I will much appreciate that. So the debut, Potter's debut is not going to be in the London Derby. It's going to be in the Champions League next week against RB Salzburg on Wednesday. We're going to be there. We're going to have fun. And come join us for the watch along and all the good stuff. Okay, what else? No more questions? No. And then I'm going to have to leave. Oh, we still have like 9 people to go until I get 100 likes. It doesn't cost you anything. Just let's smash that like button. Boom, 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 boom. Let's get to 100 likes before I leave. Please, let's do it. Let's do it. Okay. Okay. So there are some some report came out to say Chelsea have moved to support Pora by recruiting 5 members of his Brighton coaching staff, including Kyle Macaulay, and he is a recruitment analyst who will work alongside with the sporting director, scout, and data analyst to ensure Pora get players that suit his style. So look, Todd Boehly is taking a big risk here, allowing him to come with his stuff. But this is what I want to see, okay? I want people to put their ideas together, not only the manager. I want that player, I want that player. No, you also need to check on data. You have to listen to scouting department, listen to data analysis, come together, make the decision together. Because if you let the manager make all the decisions, he's gonna just buy players that he thinks are good without, checking on other aspects. And what's gonna happen if that manager leaves? You end up by having a lot of dead wood, because those players were bought just to do one job, or probably they are so one-dimensional players that can only play in a particular system. So I really wish that we can have a director of football as soon as possible and start planning for the January window. We are almost there. Only like 3 likes left before we get to 100. If you can help me out. 3 people. 3. Bam, bam, bam. 1 second only. You click it. That's it. Let's get to 100 likes. Then I will be leaving very, very soon. Any question? No? Mr. Edwin Kumar said that let's support Pora is already our manager. For sure, we will support him massively. The man is a very tactical coach. Okay. Chelsea problem was not Tuchel. Chelsea problem are Mount, Pulisic, Havertz, Ziyech, Aspilicueta, Jorginho. Until they will play, Chelsea are a huge trouble. Until they will play, Chelsea are in good trouble. That is a good narrative, though. Very good narrative, but it doesn't take to consideration certain aspect of the game. If you're gonna blame all of them, how about the system and the structure? The same people that you're calling names today are the people that will surprise you tomorrow if they play in the right setup. So probably you have to save your narrative for now. I don't think Pulisic or Ziyech are the problem, or Mount. These are the people who really don't understand football. They just check statistics and they check compilation videos and TikTok. But if you know football, I'm telling you right now, if you know football, you will understand. And the manager also is not somebody who can only buy. Oh, you are bad, get out. You can also improve people. So the narrative and copy-paste narrative on social media, but you will see the reality very soon. I don't think all the players that you just mentioned here are the problem. We have a structure problem first, and then you can judge people. You allow people to do what they do best first, and then the rest is going to be a bonus. So let's wait and see before you jump to copy-paste narratives and conclusions. Those same so-called bad people, bad players are going to prove you wrong. We will have to trust the process. Yeah. Mr. Sherpa said that he's scared how fans are going to react when we will not perform during the process under Porter. That is their problem. I'm not gonna stress myself. If you think like attacking people on social media is gonna change anything, and then that is your problem. We're gonna trust the process. We're gonna trust Porter. He's gonna fail. He's gonna succeed. That is part of life. Even Thomas Tuchel wasn't perfect. He did good for 4 months. After the bounce, that's what we do every single season. When we win a trophy, we sack somebody. We sack the manager, we got the bounce, we win trophies, and after that we got found out, and then we're not doing anything. We continue to do the same thing over and over again until the manager sacked. So, you're not going to convince everybody on social media. Fans can react whatever they want. That is part of this society today. People just looking for red flags. People are not patient. They want to win everything today. The process for them is today. You have to be perfect today. You can't improve. You can't wait. You have just to get everything today. So there's nothing you can do about it. Okay, is it possible to change the entire team, bring all the Brighton team to Chelsea and... it's not going to happen, huh? Jorginho is the only problem, not strong and fast enough for the EPL. Listen, even Jorginho can do good in a certain way of play, in a certain setup. You can still get something out of him. But like I said, people are going to throw names of people they don't like. So the narrative can continue. But I think we should support all the Chelsea fans the same way. All the Chelsea players. No discrimination here. Even Jorginho, he won us trophies. He was good at certain games. But he's not physical. People need to protect him and all that. We all know that. But we can still play a certain way to allow him also to be more productive. Yeah, everybody can bring whatever they think was the problem. But one day we will know the truth. He lost the dressing room. Probably, the relationship broke between him and the owners and all that. We don't know. He got the players he wanted and all of a sudden sack him. Don't think that Todd Boehly is stupid. You don't become a billionaire by being stupid. He knows exactly what he is doing, and there's something that happened all of a sudden that he was like, you know what, I have enough. I know he's been building for a long time because Thomas Tuchel is like, my way or no way. I'm not going to talk to you. Bring me this player. Don't talk to me right now. So they were, okay. They accepted pretty much everything he wanted. And I think the last minute, he said something that triggered everything like, hey, we have to end this as soon as possible. Otherwise, we'll be in more trouble. But we will never know. At the moment, it's all speculations. It's all like, oh, they are stupid because they spend all this money and all of a sudden sack somebody. Listen, even themselves, they know, oh my goodness, we spent a lot of money. If we sack Thomas Tuchel now, we might have to pay him maybe 20 million in his pocket. They know all that. So if they decided to pull the trigger, there is something there. They are not stupid people. You don't become a billionaire by being stupid because people online think that they are more intelligent than Boehly. He knows what he's doing. Something really happened. All right, people. Thank you so much for watching. On your way out, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. I'm going to have to leave and come back tonight after I finish working. Or tomorrow, I don't know. But we are here every single day. No games this weekend, but I might check out other leagues. Probably the French League or the Bundesliga, a big games that I'll be doing a watch along this weekend just to keep you entertained. So put your notification on and please join us next time, tonight or tomorrow. I don't know when, but I'll be there. Yeah, kind of sick of you, bro. You don't use common sense, Mr. Vasia. You always come up with copy-paste reaction. Elite player, how you become elite player is to practice, is to play from your natural position, to be allowed to make mistakes and learn from them. But if you're going to continue with your copy-paste kind of same old boring narrative without any context behind it, and then I don't, it's not my type of analysis. For me, before you call those players names, you have to allow them to play football first and see. The same people, if you were back then when Mo Salah was average, apparently, De Bruyne was not good enough, he's average, he had bad attitude, blah, blah, blah. I heard everything in life, in football. I'm old enough to remember everything. So people like you are the people who will push certain narrative, and then when that player start performing, you change. Oh, I never say that. No, we have you on the record. None of those players that you think average are really average or mediocre. No, you are mediocre. Your analysis are just so low. It's just low standard. It's just so small. I can't believe you continue copy and paste same narrative that I see on social media 24/7. There is no context behind everything. It's always, yeah, I'm just done with you, man. Anyways, people, I'm gonna have to leave and come back at some point. God bless.
Yeah. Unknown Brain. Marvin Devine. I'm saying bye to all the lies and all the times you cried, saying that I wasn't right, yet I was right by your side. You manipulator, playing games, your friends commentators, and I don't know what you say about our private conversations, but it's got them hating. Thanks to all the rumors you be claiming, it's cool, I'm done with you, so they can throw you a celebration. You gon' hate it when you see me with somebody living better. I'm trying to tell you that me just doing me gon' have you jealous.
I know that I gotta stay away from all your games, and I know that I found somebody else to love me one day. You'll realize the grass ain't greener on the other side. No, you did me dirty for the last time, so now I gotta say goodbye. So now I gotta say
Yeah, my life is lovely now, I'm focused on me. You said you were about to die, I guess the car is on E. But see, I ain't even tripping, cause I just chose to believe that somebody gon' come around and give me just what I need. I don't wanna see you frowning, see you looking down and out, coming to me crying, saying you miss having me around. Gave you chances and you blew it, you so easily influenced. All thousand times you told me beat it, now you gotta face the music I'm saying.